As most of the cars and motorcycles have their exhaust underneath the body or frame, it becomes the lowest part of the body which is close to the ground, constantly getting dirty and making it difficult to reach and clean thoroughly, which adds to the difficulty of maintaining a silencer in a good condition. And here are all the parts in one frame after the restoration: the aluminum muffler, the chrome fairing, and the painted silencer, all restored and back to original shiny factory condition. So let me show you how to achieve this. People are busy in things like modifying their exhaust, decatting it, how much weight can we reduce by doing so, or is there any increase in power, so on and so forth. But this video is going to be a little different in the sense of how can we take care of your silencer or exhaust and keep it in a good condition so that it lasts longer. It can be either your modified or stock exhaust. So watch carefully. Welcome to Room Brothers. This is the next episode of our Suzuki Gixxer SF project build, and as you guys can already guess, we are working on silencer. Whether you have a car or motorcycle, and whether you have a chrome plated exhaust like what we see in the classic machines, or a painted exhaust like what we see in these modern machines, you can use the things that I am about to show you and save yourself from a lot of unwanted problems. This one seems good by the looks of it, but we can only know its original condition as we begin to clean it thoroughly, if it's hiding any damage or surface rust underneath all this dirt, which begs the need of doing such cleaning, especially during monsoons and rainy seasons. And by the way, it's currently raining as of July 2025 while recording this video. This particular motorcycle silencer has never been opened or cleaned like what we are about to do in its 8 years of being out there on the road. So I'm gonna share tips and tricks that I have learned along these years being in this automotive industry on how to keep such parts in a good working condition. So don't skip and watch till the end, as each step in the process is interlinked with the previous one. So let me show you the silencer closely before we start. So let's go. First step in the process, cleaning. I have been saying this for a long time and I cannot stress it enough. A clean machine is always a good machine. Second step, inspection. So take your time and examine each nook and cranny of the part thoroughly. Look for the signs of a surface rust and damages. This one is not too bad. Third step, addressing the things that needs to be taken care of. After the inspection, note down all the jobs that needs to be done. This is a quick tip so that you don't forget anything in the last moment. Fourth step, preparing for painting. This step requires a little bit of patience and some elbow grease. So scrape and sand down all the imperfections. Again, the different kinds of sandpapers and the equipment that I am using have already shown it in the previous videos, so please go and check it out. The cleaner and the smooth the surface will be, the better will be the final finish after the paint. Try to cover all the hard to reach surface areas too. As you can see, all the welding joints and every nook and cranny has been sanded down and removed from all the imperfections. This way the paint can stick much better to the surface. And the final finish will be in an immaculate condition. Fifth step, paint in an isolated and dust-free area. Always apply the first coat of the paint in a light and smooth manner so that it sticks to the surface in a better way with a nice and smooth hand movements. Then let the paint cure for 30 minutes. Apply the second coat of the paint in a nice and smooth manner with proper consistency. As a silencer would be exposed to harsh conditions on a regular basis, I like to prefer a paint which is high heat and high chip resistance. Let the paint cure for 30 minutes. Sixth step, let the paint heal properly. It usually takes 48 hours for the paint to fully cure and bond to the surface. Meanwhile, let's start addressing the other bits and pieces of the silencer. And fortunately for the demonstration of this video, this particular silencer has a mixture of painted, chrome and aluminum parts. So depending on the model of your silencer, whether it's of chrome or of painted, you can follow that specific process. It's just that if your silencer is of chrome, it takes a little bit more effort to polish it and make it shine. And when you look at the final result, it's all worth it. The chrome part turned out to be so good apart from some of the deep damages due to prior falls and minor accidents. But apart from that, you can see the shine right here. Let's do the same with the fasteners and screws. Paying attention to minute details like this is what makes it a restoration project and very different from just servicing your motorcycle. Now let's start addressing the aluminum part which I spoke about. This is years of exposure to dirt, mud and oxidization. But you will be surprised to see how this part turned out in the end. Just observe the difference of the inside groove from the outside. Now let's complete the rest of it too. The silencer turned out to be very good with the matte black finish. And here are all the parts in one frame after the restoration. The aluminium muffler, the chrome fairing, and the painted silencer. All restored and back to original shiny factory condition. So now let's assemble all the parts.